Don't look back. Camera. Ready? 1, 2, 3, begin.
Hello, my name is Novice Phenix. Today we will be talking about stories of Lord Buddha and his teachings.
Hello, I'm Novice Xander.
Okay. So, could you tell us what you learned?
So we learned about Buddha and
It's the Lord Buddha.
oh yeah, we learned about the Lord Buddha's life, and so first, should I tell them?
So, how the story begin then?
So the story began when what was the queen's name again?
Queen Maya.
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 Queen Maya. Oh yeah, when Queen Maya was sleeping, she had a dream that she saw a white elephant giving her a white lotus flower. Then she became pregnant. 9 months later, she's pregnant. 10 months she's pregnant. She wanted to deliver the baby to her hometown because it's tradition. So halfway there through the journey, they stopped at Deer Park because it is a very beautiful place to her because of the nature and also because she thought that they were very, very tired. So they came there to rest. Then she felt like she was about to be giving birth. So then she held on to a tree and then gave birth standing, surprisingly.
What happened when she gave birth?
When
He took 7 steps on lotus flowers.
That's very good.
And then
he had a
said,
speech.
which was something about this is my last birth.
This is my last rebirth.
And then there will be no more births for me. And then like...
Yeah.
Look at the camera.
Then he was born with this skull bump thing on his head, which was one of the 22 signs of like a great leader or something like that. And then,
There were the monks, people,
who
told the king what he was going to be.
Which was, so the king ordered
The monks.
How much ascetics?
Or like what he could be when he grows up.
8 ascetics to come and try to predict his life. Most of them said, 7 of them said he would become a Buddha.
No, 7 of them said that he'll become a Buddha or a wheel-turning monarch.
Yeah.
But then the last one said
he will become a Buddha.
Yeah, said that he'll become the Buddha.
What's the name of the last one?
A fully enlightened Buddha.
Anya. Gordon Ramsay? Gordon, yeah. Well, and then his father bowed 3 times at him because the ascetic bowed 3 times at him because he knows he will be a wheel-turning monarch or Buddha. Then, since like the king got like told by ascetic, he bowed 3 times with him. 3 times. And then at the age of 7, he
was meditating under a still tree and it wasn't moving.
But the rest of the trees were.
What happened on that day? Why did he meditate under the tree?
Because there was nothing he could do.
And it was peaceful.
What about the people?
But then he told them
the people
to go
crowded
to the
around him of how peaceful he was.
And he told them to go to the festival and have some fun. And then they said, thank you, Your Majesty, we'll be back in a few hours. he meditated there for quite a while. Then the rest of the trees, they had shadows moving and they were slowly moving, but his tree didn't move at all.
So what happened after that?
His father, he
Pick him up?
came to pick him up, and then he sent him to a teacher the next day to learn. So his teacher was teaching him symbols and how to write, but then the Siddhartha, which was Prince Siddhartha, he done way more letters than the teacher. So then the teacher bowed 3 times to him, and then Siddhartha said, "Why are you bowing to me?" And then he said, "Because you are the teachers of all teachers."
Very good.
So
And what did his father do after that?
he sent him to college. No.
Married.
Oh,
Marriage.
Yeah. He married at the age of 16.
And he married
Yasodhara. Princess
Come
Yasodhara.
on now.
Princess Yasodhara.
Oh, and what happened after that?
After that, his father sent him to college to learn 18 subjects.
Oh, he already learned that before he married, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, then he finished them all and aced them all. So the next day, he wanted, and then when he was 29 years old, he wanted to look outside because there was like because he asked his father, could I go outside to see like the world? Then his father was like, why would you want to go outside if you have all the glory in this palace? And then he just wanted
And also
to go
his
out.
father told him that there's nothing as beautiful outside of the palace.
Yes. Then he told Channa, his chariot rider, to take him outside. As he was in the village,
Yeah, he told Channa to stop the chariot because he saw an old man on the way.
but the old man was an angel transformed into one because the king didn't want him to become a Buddha, but wanted him to become a wheel-turning monarch.
Yeah, and
then if he didn't see those 4 symbols, he would
yeah,
not
the
become a
4
Buddha.
symbols of the old man, the sick man, the dead man, and a monk.
So,
He didn't want his dad to see those 4 signs,
because he wanted him to become a wheel-turning monarch.
not a monk.
So, but the angels done that because they wanted to trigger him to become a Buddha. Something had to happen for him to become a Buddha. So then he told Channa to stop the chariot, and he was looking at the old man. He asked Channa, who is that? And he was like, that is an old man, Your Majesty. And I was like, why does he look like that? And
he
was
said,
like,
why does he look very wrinkled?
because he was like, because he's old. And then
And he said everybody becomes all wrinkled like that.
So then Buddha, Prince Siddhartha was surprised because he never knew that before.
And so
I'm surprised that he didn't know that even though he was 29 years old.
Yeah, and so he went back to the palace, and the next day he went out just with Channa. He told Channa to stop the chariot again because he looked in the house and saw a sick man. And he said that everybody who faces sickness in life, and so he went back to the palace again. And the next day he didn't tell Channa to stop the chariot. He just sped off after the chariot to see the dead man. And Channa was shouting, "Please come back to the chariot, Your Majesty."
And then Siddhartha, Prince Siddhartha said, who is it? And then Channa said, that is a dead man, Your Majesty. And I was like, why is he covered with a cloth? He was like, because
he passed away.
Yeah, basically. And then it was like, that happens to everyone. And it was
Yeah,
like,
and it says
and he
that
was like-
everybody
and like,
that
you
happens to basically
that happens
everybody.
to anybody. And then he like, China said, yes, no one can escape from it. And then
Not even
China
he
said,
did.
no one can escape from death. And then the
He
next
went
day,
back to the chariot and went back. And the next day he just went on.
then saw a monk.
Before he went to the village, he saw a monk just under a tree, whilst the angel was transforming into all those things.
And waiting for him under the tree.
Yeah, he was waiting for him to see the monk. But then after that, when China told him that was a monk, he said that he wanted to become a monk.
But the same day he ordinated, he had his son Rahula was born. So
what happened after his son was born?
he left
Why did he leave?
because he wanted to end the reason of suffering.
Very good.
Yeah, and because he wanted to stop people from suffering, from all this death, sickness, and oldness.
And how did he leave?
So
He
just
left. So at night, he went and told
China.
Chana that to go out, but Maya Marada tried to stop him from leaving. But when he did leave
Maya's
with
dead though.
Chana,
That's his mom.
Mara.
Oh yeah.
Mara,
I thought you
the
said-
green god.
Yeah, no, the red one. He tried to stop him.
Yeah, he tried to
But
stop
then he
him.
said he would come back later.
Yeah, because he ignored him and
then
just kept on
he
going.
He rode away
And soon later, when he parked off, Prince Siddhartha used the dagger and cut off some of his hair, and he said to himself, if this hair would float up and not drop, he would succeed, but if it would fall down, he would fail. And so it did float up all the way, and one of the gods caught it in a jar.
Okay.
And
what
then-
happened after?
And also the horse died because his master had left him.
Yeah,
So-
and then Siddhartha told Chana to ride away with his horse, but when
But
Chana
the horse
came back, the horse died and then became a god in heaven.
And then Chana had to walk back slowly to the palace. I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, he had to walk back to the palace.
So then Buddha,
Oh, no.
I mean not he didn't. Yeah, Siddhartha. He's not prince anymore because he's committed to be a monk now.
Yeah.
What
Well
happened
then
after that?
he went to the village with his offering bowl.
Blah.
Then people were offering food to him. Then when he came back, some woman. Wait, no, not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
I forgot what happened.
What happened when you have the first food? Blah. Tastes good?
It didn't taste good because it was all mixed up. And
Yeah, he mixed it up into a soup.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah. He mixed everything into a soup in the bowl.
Have you ever tried something like that?
No.
No.
You should.
Have you done it?
Well, a little bit, yes.
Only a
Did it
little
taste
bit.
good?
Well, it takes some time.
It matters on what you mix. If you mix everything you like with it, or you'll probably like it. But if you mix everything that you don't like it, you'll probably not like it.
So who knows? You gotta
Or if you do some things that you do like and you don't like, it
Okay,
depends.
let's get back to the story.
Okay.
After that, what happened?
So then he meditated under that tree, and one of the people from the king palace said, "Your father has invited you to his house," and then he was like, "I want to become a monk and ordain as one." He said, "If you come back, he will give you the whole throne." He didn't want the offer, and he
No, he
declined.
offered him the throne, and he didn't want to become king. So he said, "No, I shall not become king."
That's right.
Yeah.
And what happened after he rejected the offer?
I can't remember.
Oh, he said he wanted to come back to teach the king, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah, he wanted
He
to come
came
back
back
to teach the king,
To teach the king.
So
or
what
to
happened?
teach
people.
basically people at the palace.
So the people at the palace they were taught by him, but
Yeah, but not that time.
yeah, but it's not that yet because he set off the journey
Yeah.
to go meet two teachers, but because he wasn't satisfied with how they were teaching because it included torturing yourself and it was called self-mortifying. Mortification. And it included torturing yourself, including starvation.
And holding your breath.
And pressing your tongue against your palate.
And keeping your tongue against your teeth.
So then, Siddhartha, he became very, very skinny. And then that
very skinny.
One of the people could feel his rib from the other side. The spine. And they could feel his
hair. Touch the skin and the hair fall out?
Yeah, when they touched his skin, his hair fell out. So each day, when he was taught by those monks, he only drank one drop of water every single day, and he felt it wasn't right. So he was taught so much by those teachers that they can't teach him any other more. So then he gone off to find the middle way meditation, which was basically like not too poor and like not too rich, so it was in the middle. And then
Did he went to the tree and get some food from some lady?
Yes, and then some lady called Lady Suchada gave him honey rice milk.
Honey milk rice.
Honey, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Milk, honey, rice, doesn't sound a bit
he
weird.
used the golden plate, and he said...
Not golden tray.
With the golden tray. He said, if
golden tray, it would float, he would succeed, but if it sank down, he would fail, and it sank down, but also hit the, like, snake thing's head.
The naga's head.
Yeah.
It floated, and
yeah,
then
it floated
sank.
a little bit, but then it started to sink.
And then it hit the naga's head.
Yeah, and the naga went back to sleep. Because it just woke up. And then it just got bonked, so it went back to sleep again.
That's summarized for Buddha as being happened.
Yeah, and he was like, Buddha will be enlightened. And then it fell back into sleep.
Oh, that's a very good story you have come. Maybe we should continue it every other time because it's almost over.
Okay.
So, what do you want to say to the people at the...
Part 2 is coming soon.
Part 2 is coming soon, everyone.
Have fun.
On Friday.
Goodbye. Hope you have fun. Yeah.